out even. How does Tom normally do this? He says, welcome back for another week. We do this thanks to Neds. Shout out Neds. Love Neds. Funny, when your punting's going well, you love them even more. But we're here for Skeleton Crew 3, Skeleton Crew 4. Tom and Eddie up at the Origin, drag Tobler around. We've got Cody at the back there. He'll be on mic and Lippy Dribbler. And we got Roo here, who I basically have, this is our third show in 24 hours together.
We've done 2 shows together in the last 6 years, and they both come in the last 12 hours. So we're getting to know each other really well.
Yeah. Had a lot of fun on the beers and break-evens. My punting crawling out of hell bat cave renaissance this season is like directly, I've got the same thing going on Supercoach, so I was sitting on his little set there, pretty smug. But
yeah, you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, I was enjoying myself. You know, I had to give it some, but I actually am feeling pretty smug about my Supercoach. But here we are. It feels like a buy round, but I guess it technically is a mini buy round.
Yeah, it is a mini buy round. We've got 3 teams on the buy this week. I guess we also just want to rip the Band-Aid off. Really shit of them to take off this week and not put their bets on.
Yeah, I mean, I think we always allowed a wild card if somebody is ruled out before game. I think in Origin that is obviously a thing as well. Or if they're on the extended bench and there's a bit of murkiness, I think you get a free wild card. Obviously, you have to do it once it's been confirmed they're out. Kind of sucks. Also sucks because we'll get to accountability, but there's some movers. No change in the leaderboard, but some movement in the leaderboard. And basically that's it. It's just us here. Now, this whole thing is a very confusing time for the leaderboard and what's happened. It's kind of like a Chris Nolan movie. Shout out The Odyssey, actually. I think it's out in a couple of weeks. It came out last night to previews to critics. Critics are saying it's as good as Lord of the Rings. Obviously, there's a big crowd of people who just are annoyed at life in general and try to blame certain people in films who appear for 10 seconds. I don't want to say anything, but there's been a big, you could eat what would you call it? It's called review bombing of The Odyssey. It's the most disliked trailer of all time.
Wow.
Yeah, because Helena Troy was casted as someone who might not necessarily represent a Greek or something like that. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I can't wait to see it. You could say my punting of the last few weeks has been a bit like Odysseus, trying to get back to Ithaca, trying to get back to where I belong on top of the leaderboard. Anyway.
I went to the movies on the weekend.
Oh, yeah? What'd you see?
Disclosure Day.
I haven't even heard of it.
Shithouse.
Yeah?
Absolutely shithouse.
Was it
I was
like
told
a thriller
very
or
good
something?
things. Yeah, it was like a sci-fi sort of
aliens.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
average.
Well, I'm excited. I'm going to the movies this weekend seeing Minions and Monsters.
Nice. Well, if you're going to go to the movies, I'd save you $90 and not see Disclosure Day and do anything fucking else.
Yeah, look, I don't go for that sort of stuff. That's very much, I don't know if the kids get it these days, but Barley DVD type movie for me. Like, I'm never going to rent it, even though a rental's fucking $2 at Video Easy. Just give me who's got the Disclosure Day fucking sleeve with you remember they used to have, they'd have the DVD cover, say it was like Fast and Furious, or say it was even Star Wars. I had this one. And so it's in a little slip, and then it's like printed out on paper, like the front and back, but they've photoshopped like chicks in bikinis on like the cover to like make you want to buy it more. It's like, dude, I just want the $1 DVD. You don't need a Photoshop on some bikini chicks awkwardly into like behind Frodo and shit. Like, what are we talking about? They were the days when, your sister or a friend went there and they got to bring back a suitcase of the stuff. You're like, fucking oath.
I remember I got a Wolverine movie, one of the Wolverine movies, and I put it on at home and I'm watching it, and every action scene, it was the CGI version.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of
so it was probably a screener before they finish it off. Yeah.
It was fucking bizarre. Great times.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. Look, I'm going to be reading off my phone because I was solo dating over the weekend. The boys broke my laptop. But this is going to be short and sweet because no one punted well. We had the Panthers defeat the Rabbitohs, unfortunately. 2 legs. 2 legs across everyone's bets. Everyone sucks. Dragons versus Tigers. We all had a vibe on Dewey, and it's proved that if we all get on someone but we're not all here, it doesn't really matter. But Dewey gets over for the Lippy. He had Sloan and Dewey, and then I had a Dewey, Taruva, Sloan 2+ Binny. And so that covered that easy with under 50. That was a BYO for 409 for me, 514 for the Lip. And I also tripled Rabbitohs last minute. Again, solo dad and got the kids down. Last minute triple just to give myself, and I knew it wasn't hitting as soon as like 10 minutes happened. I was like, fuck. Sharks, Broncos. Kind of did what everyone think would happen, but nothing there really. We got a few legs. I got the line. Everyone got a try score. That was it. This is the big one. Eels, Manly. I mean, if anyone remembers 7 days ago and the boys were going, hey, they were saying certain things where I'm like, it's now time that line isn't covered. What do you mean? And I just said something came through. It didn't even look like being covered at all. The Eels kind of pumped them.
I think they took it a step further, didn't they? Didn't they triple 13 plus?
Yeah, so they tripled 13 plus.
Fuck.
230.
230. So both of them. So I was thinking once my Rabbitohs leg went down, I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. The great fall has happened. But Manly didn't. They got beaten 13 plus?
Yeah, I think Parramatta's an avoid team at the moment. You don't know when they're going to get off the bus, but when they do, they're a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
They defend well.
Mate, they've got a good team. They just, for whatever reason, mix of injuries, fresh combos, Moses barely playing. But like it wasn't that long ago that they were like, well, maybe it was, but like at least 2 or 3 years ago, we're like, fuck, like they're the only team who beat Melbourne and Penrith and shit.
Mate, we all sat here in the preseason. It was all Parramatta. If Mitch Moses plays games, like they will compete. Mitch Moses has been dreadful, but I don't know. They, considering the injuries they've got, they are playing well above their weight, in my opinion, Parramatta.
Yeah. They've definitely, there's a few sneaky teams who you think used to get pumped and you go hard against, but they're starting to shore up their defenses.
But there are essentially at the moment, and I'm sure it'll change in the next 4 weeks, but in my opinion, there's no layup teams in the NRL right now.
As in to bet on?
No, to bet against. Like the Dragons.
Yeah. That's kind of done. That's kind of done.
You can't. Even Brisbane, you're like, okay, they're shit, but
and as soon as they click,
got 7 of the best players in the game. They could win a game.
Yeah. Like as soon as Reece and Haas will be back, and then it's like anything can happen. It's kind of. Yeah, it's that point of the season after Origin, because I feel the shit teams who didn't click are like, okay, let's just make our goal to click by the end of the season. Yep. Otherwise, you're all fired. So it's making, these Eels games tough to read. And then, unfortunately, the Knights and Dolphins, was it more defense or was it more the rain that made this a low-scoring affair? Because you would have circled this one as the highest scoring.
Yeah, I think they're just two good defensive sides at the moment that I think would have marked this one in the calendar. It did rain up there. I think it was a big wind in the first half as well. But, rain came in the second half and it turned out. I mean, I don't know. It's two very good defensive sides. So this one didn't shock me that much.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess we just all had a shitload of try scorers because your eyes light up because they're the ones that do pump the other teams outside of Penrith as well. But then Penrith everyone names up against. So so that all sucks there. So basically there was like 2 bets hit. Terrible. Unit scoopers. I had 5 from 7. Rue had 3 from 5. So Lippy had 3 from 5. Tom, 0 of 2. He went hard at Manly. Eddie, 1 of 5. So terrible. It's Sunday scooper was Rue.
Yeah. Duck eggs.
Yep. And then hot seat, which says Eddie in here. Was it Eddie? We'll double check that. Manly minus 8.5. Because if it was Eddie, it means Tom's up. Yeah, I think Tommy's up.
Fantastic. No one say a word to him.
Yeah, he's going to forget. So weekly leaderboard. Lippy wins the week with 0.51. So that was Zachy G. Well done to your son because you've technically won twice now, but you didn't do Origin. And so you'd think he'd be in this week. We've got Cody in this week because we need to fill out this empty warehouse with some sort of voice. We'll get his opinions and things in a second. But then unfortunately, Zachy G, I'm telling you right now, there's been a Lippette who reached out. And unfortunately, we kind of have to get her in maybe next week, or it can be a race between you two. But you're both going to be on. So the Lippy line is going out a little bit. So Lippy won. I was second with -5. Guru minus 5.9, Tom minus 9.66, and Eddie, second shovel.
Huge.
He's building up a few shoves, dude. Minus 10.68. Now, you could say Eddie's last I don't know. What is it? Someone can find it for me. 8 weeks of punting have been the worst anyone's ever done on the show.
It'd have to be right up there.
And he hasn't been doing that many triples. Because he was up 60 units, I believe. Was it 60?
I believe when we had the celebration episode a few weeks ago, he puts on the least amount of triples of anyone.
Yeah.
He hasn't put on fucking any of late. He's betting dreadfully out.
Yeah, he's in form. He can get back on form and get his, $2 to $6 things that he gets. But I don't know. I feel he's not betting with confidence. So that has turned the leaderboard not on its head, but it has condensed it. So Eddie's still first on minus 13.5, 1.5. I have closed the gap from basically 100 units to 2 units with minus 15.76. He was up 60, I was down 40, right? Mightn't have been the exact same week, but that's what it was. Then is it Rue or Tom? Sorry, off her phone's pretty hard. Rue. Then behind Rue is, it's only 12 units? Yeah, like he's on minus 27. So that's like honestly 1 week.
Yeah.
Right, it's 1 week. And then Tom, minus 31. He's only 4 units behind. So the gap between first and last is essentially 16 units. Now, before I got, and Lippy, whatever, before I got distracted on a Chris Nolan Odyssey rant, the reason I was saying this is like Chris Nolan is because this is like a timeline out of place. Because we had last week, but then we've bet on Origin yesterday and gone, triples on that. Now I'm doing last week's accountability. We have live Origin bets on, but we don't know what's happened. So, and then we're going to bet this week. So anything could happen. There could be everyone in a totally different position, I think. I don't know.
Well, based on last Origin, I think you hit 30 units.
Yeah. So it's going to be scary though, because those triples, I've gone a low odds one hammer, but confidently backing has been the thing that's getting me to where I'm meant to be going.
You're a piece of shit, but I'd be feeling pretty confident if I had Hamiso.
Yeah, I mean,
my paddock.
Why wouldn't you guys be tripling a Queenslander?
Can't do it.
It's not like you're betting them to win. Like,
it's terrible for the state. You can't do it. Optically, it's a shit fight.
Really?
Yeah,
that's crazy. But like, people can't. Like, I get if you're, the bleed blue, Braveheart sort of shit. Like, I get that you're going for them. I get that you'll never tip a Queensland result. But if you're punting, surely you can just put a leg in.
I spend like 3 months of the year fighting with Queenslanders that we get it and it's wrong. And then I sit next to you on this fucking show and you dig me such a deep hole that is so hard to dig out of. It becomes so fucking difficult. And now you got Eddie on your side as well. He's tipping Munster man of the match, all this sort of bullshit.
Yeah, that was big from Eddie. I didn't think Eddie would. But the thing is, like, as much as I love State of Origin, I'll put my hand up. I prefer my club to win, to be honest, like win a premiership over State of Origin. I know that. I know, but like massively. But even on top of both those things, I'm about me and about me getting a fucking belt. Like, that's what I care about genuinely. Like, I know a lot of people attach themselves to certain things and it's like, that's how you get soldiers to fucking die for like a king they never met, right? But it's like, I'm about me. Like, I'm going to get this belt. I'm going to get my name up there. I don't care if I have to bet on someone from another state. Who gives a shit? Who's going to remember it? No one. So maybe take that into philosophy if you're in a punting competition. Now, if you just throw $5 on just to make the game exciting for yourself, sure, be boring, don't like whatever. So that's just my stance on the whole thing. Not that I've got a lot of blowback for it, but I think, maybe you would.
I sure as shit would, without a doubt. Does he have a mic? Are you on?
Yeah, I have a mic.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Now, you shit the bed last time you were on.
I was not good last time. Not good at all. So I'm here to right wrongs today. I did rush my bets last time. That's the only thing I'll say. So if I have another shit week this week, like that's got to be it for me as Lippy, I think.
Excuses in the door is huge.
Yeah. You've had plenty of time this morning.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm front footing this. If I have a bad week this week, I'm not him.
And what are your constraints? Would you bet against the Tigers? Would you put a leg in against the Tigers as your team?
Yeah, well, okay. I've always been pretty public about that. Like, I would never put a result against the Tigers, but like, and I lean somewhere with you on Origin as well, where I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I love Origin, the spectacle, but Rabbitohs Premiership. I mean, like when New South Wales, and this is New South Wales maybe not getting it. When New South Wales win, it's high five, whatever. When Rabbitohs won in 2014, I was living next to Redfern Police Station, goannering across the thing. Last one there till about 5 a.m. With Streety. That's what a premiership does, right? But Queenslanders wouldn't get that. I get it. So you're going to bet, yeah, okay.
So you've got no problem with betting on Queensland?
No.
Well, you live maybe in an echo chamber of not just people you know, but people online who are the ones who go, how could you do that? Or you don't get it. They're the loudest minority. They're the same ones who say that, I'm never going to go to the Odyssey because of X, Y, Z. You weren't going in the fucking first place. You didn't even know what the Odyssey was till 2 weeks ago.
That's really fucked,
until you
boys.
saw it on 4chan. So, whatever, like someone complaining about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, I've gone on and on. So it's time to get into the bets. Totes is going to give you the odds. He's going to be your rando today. And yeah, let's see what happens because I know you guys can't feel it, but not knowing where you stand after bets have already been placed, not knowing what tactic to do because of that is kind of scary.
Knowing you only have one wild card to fix up your tactics as well
Yeah.
is terrifying.
Yeah.
And knowing that Tom and Eddie have 7 is pretty fucked.
Because I'm nervous now. Like I was on my charge, but you guys have caught up as well. And so that just allows me turning around for a second on my ship means I might have accidentally kind of, gone the wrong direction for a second. My compass is starting to fucking wig out. The sails have a few holes in them because we've been running it as fast as we could. We've slit the throats of a few key men to be quicker, lighter on the ship. So we're going to, it could be a mutiny on Ship Sebo at the moment, pending how this all goes in the next 2 weeks. Or it could be fucking covered in gold and rum. Anyway, sweet. Totes, take us away.
All right, first game this week, Friday night at 8 p.m. Tigers versus the Warriors at Campbelltown. The Tigers are at $3.35 outsiders, Warriors at $1.33. The line is 9.5, overs, unders is 46.5. Rando here has the weather as dry on Friday night in Sydney.
Dry in Sydney. I've been checking every day. I'm playing at the lakes on Friday, so I bloody hope it's dry.
Yeah, and then his stats here, he's got the Tigers have lost their last 6 games as underdogs. The Tigers have lost their last 6 nighttime games at Campbelltown. The Warriors have won 9 of their last 10 versus the Tigers. However, the Warriors have failed to cover a 9.5 line in their last 7 games at Campbelltown. For try scorers, Adam Pompey at $3.05, scored in each of his last 2 games at Campbelltown, and a left centre has scored 3 consecutive games against the Tigers. Leka Halasima at $3.75, scored in each of his last 2 games. A left second row has scored 3 of the last 4 games versus the Tigers. One stat to note is that AKP has never scored against the Tigers.
Totes, no happy.
No happy.
How fucked be thee? Talk to me.
Mate, I'm feeling like I was pretty public about it on Hello Sport on Monday. Like, I struggle to see how the Tigers win games from here on out. I think we struggle to score points generally. And I'm pretty concerned going into this on Friday.
How many data sample sizes do you have? No happy, but do we? Like how many times that happened?
Ooh.
Roughly, you don't give me an exact
Mate,
number.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, to be honest.
You like Dewey being the main guy?
Yeah, I think he just has so much go about him. Where I get around the ruck and stuff, but like I don't know. Like there's certain footy players, like anyone at their job, who they're all professional athletes, and it's like, yeah, but some people are just born with a bit of fucking hunger in them. We're talking on Rue's podcast last night. Kiraz is one of them. Maybe it's a Lebanese thing, where it's like, I don't know. Like I feel Dewey in the team also makes Jerome way better.
Yes.
So, yeah, I can't think of a result here, mainly because there's not much value for the – like if it was like, even money, I would be like, sweet, go Wires. But I'm kind of in the air. What is your bet, Totes? Because we want to hear from the guy who knows the team more than anyone here.
Yep, so I wouldn't bet against the Tigers. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But with Samuela returning on our left edge defensively, I think the Warriors will go down our right. I've got the Warriors left winger and left centre in CNK and Pompey to score, and max unders at 8.51.
I like that right edge as well. I've got Laban down that side. He's at $3.90. I think he's done really well the last few weeks. I know all the talk's been about Lecker the last few years, but Laban's been fucking outstanding. I think he makes a bit of a statement to hold on to that spot at $3.90. I like that right edge. Finder's a huge in for you guys.
Massive in. And we saw that last year as well, like really struggled without him. He came back in towards the back end of the year and we turned it around. So that's kind of the only thing where I'm like, maybe we don't get as blown out as we have in the past. And like, I think a lot of our attack has revolved around Fainu and KPP earlier in the year when we were having success. So, again, I'm not confident for a Tigers win, but we'll see.
As a Tigers fan, KPP gets all the attention. Who's your best back rower?
Sam Weller.
Yeah, I thought you might say
Yeah,
that. He's been fucking outstanding.
I would. There's a very strong argument he's the best player of the club.
Yeah.
For sure.
Huge.
Yeah, look, I had Lecker for reasons. Guru and I did a little 5-week dance with him each in our super coaches, and he scored nothing. So I was like, just get him in. But it's like, I don't even know what his minutes look like when he was playing. They weren't really going to him as much. I do have a vibe about him, though, and I think he will score, but I'm not including him. So I've just gone a bit of a fun tactic here and just a few binnies. Basically, the Warriors wingers, both of them, and Dewey to score 3+, right? So that I think I wanted to include Dewey and I want to include the Warriors wingers, and I was like, let's just get him in a 3+ binny. I really like that leg. But then I just also included, I'm glad Brando loves Pompey, right? He always mentions him, and I've never included him in a thing. And I had a bit of a vibe about to Mary Martin as well, and I was like, just put them in for a 1+. So that's 476. As you can see, like I have not been abandoning any sort of, what would you say, just fucking charging ahead, but I'm still keeping low odds and having a crack, but I'm kind of spreading the board a little bit because, yeah, you can't take your foot off the pedal.
When you start to get into your binny work, it's starting to alarm me a little bit.
Yeah,
week to week.
I'm liking, like, obviously the value is so not there if you pick compared to picking them out, but like I really like it when you're umming and ahhing, and I'm such a I wouldn't say, not superstition, but like if I have a certain thought about someone but then I want to go the other one, I'm like, fuck, now I've fucked myself. The universe is going, whichever one you pick is not the right one. So that's where the binny comes in. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked with it. Yeah, next game.
Next game is, where are we? Dolphins Sharks, Saturday at 3 p.m. The Dolphins are $1.55 favourites. The Sharks $2.45, line 4.5, overs unders 49.5. Weather is set to be dry. Dolphins have won their last 5 home games. They've won 3 of their last 4 games against the Sharks. The Sharks have won 6 of their last 7 day games. The Sharks have lost 4 of their last 6 games as underdogs, and 6 of the last 7 games for both teams have gone overs. Try scorers, Herbie Farnworth at 225, has scored in 3 consecutive games at KO and 4 of his last 5 against the Sharks. Since round 9, a left centre has scored in every second game versus the Sharks, and a left centre didn't score last week. Ronaldo Mulitalo, $2.05, scored in 2 of his last 3 versus the Dolphins, scored in both games at KO Stadium, and a left winger has scored in 4 of their last 6 against the Dolphins.
Yeah, cool. Have they been switching up a fair bit which side these wingers are on? I'm always confused.
Since Mulitalo's come back, they've moved him to the left, and then Craig Fitzgibbon spoke about the other day how Cartel, because he's leaving the club, he's given him an opportunity to win back that right wing spot. So Stone Street's back in reserve grade. So they have changed it up a little bit the last few weeks,
But Katoa's playing right wing.
Right, yeah. And Mulitalo's on the left, yeah.
Cool. Well, I've got a pretty boring kind of 2 like popular naming things. I don't like including shitload of popular names. I think if you just pick 2 legs, it's fine. But if you're like, oh, that guy always scores, that guy always scores, that guy, and you build a 6-leg one, good luck. But I've just got Herbie and Katoa because I thought Mulitalo was going to be on the right last week and took him in my bet.
Yeah.
And then I was like half watching it, and when he scored, I'm like, yeah, he's going to score. I'm like, what? And then Katoa ends up scoring 3. So I'm liking Nico being back, putting a little bum up for him, or just kind of just Nico doing Nico stuff. And then Herbie, man, you're still getting over $2 for him. So I think he's an auto bet at over $2. I really do. Now I get they don't have Katoa, but Herbie plays on the left. I know Katoa goes around there and does his thing, but like it's Nicoram is good. You get 470, something like that. 434. Yeah. So I don't mind it. Rue?
I like the Dolphins to win this one. Obviously, they won a few games in a row. Streak came to an end last week. I think they'll bounce back with a good performance here. Mate, the Dolphins, their depth, we spoke about it last night, is just insane. Like, I look at that side and I can't believe they're missing 6 Origin players. It's unreal. If they happen to get 1 or 2 of them back, love that. Fino Fuiaki, I love him as well. So give me Dolphins minus 4.5. Fino Fuiaki on the right edge. Hasn't scored a try in about 5 weeks, even though he's rampaging. $5.32 in that one. This is a classic game where if I'm Tom and Eddie, I'm very happy I get to wait until the last minute to put my bet on.
Yeah, a lot of Origins for Dolphins. Sharks.
Because if the Dolphins get anyone back, I think the Dolphins absolutely shit in.
Yeah.
I think they'll blow the Sharkies away if they have close to their full side. I don't think they will. I can't imagine you back Hamiso up and the Queenslanders and stuff. But if they do, like if Queensland lose tonight, I think that Dolphins minus 4.5 is pretty delicious.
Yeah, like obviously Katoa's out, like big up. But yeah, it's their defense as well. Like they started off, 2 years ago as a bit of a kind of Titansy outfit, but better in the sense of like, yeah, we'll score 36 and you score 28. Now it's like, okay, we'll score 30 and you'll score 14.
They're a proper footy side. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Sharks, though, who knows? Like you just don't know what happens.
You have no idea what's going to happen week to week with Cronulla.
If I can't even get close to this bet, which is a 2-leg goddamn thing, I'm just going to start flipping a Drachma on every fucking Sharks game. Like it's driving me insane.
They fucked you a bit over the last few years.
So many times. They've robbed me of a last leg of a Nazaki by getting pumped by the Knights. Like just so many. I can't do the dance with them, man. So yeah, maybe it is just Drachmas for the last 8 weeks. Totes, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit the same. This is a bit of like a nightmare game to try and pick a result, in my opinion, just with the Dolphins players coming back from Origin and whatnot. I think it will be close. I think the Sharks are going to take it to them this week. I've gone either team to win by 1-12. I'm just kind of on Kennedy at the moment. I don't know why. It's just giving me a bit of a vibe. Like Kennedy almost reminds me a bit of like Brett Stewart in his play style. Like he's very slippery. He hangs around the ruck. He backs up on the inside. So I'm on Kennedy and I'm on the max unders to juice it a little bit, and that takes it to $7.05.
Kennedy, max unders, just that.
And either team 1-12.
Oh, either team. For how much?
1-12. $7.05.
Oh, $7. Yeah, not bad. I will warn you about Kennedy. I needed him for my binny last week. And because him and Trindle on the same side, there was a breakaway and it was on a wide angle. And I thought it was Kennedy and it was Trindle who scored. The bald guys. I'm going to ruin both of them. But it was just like, oh, my God. So just be wary. Just be wary if it's a wide angle and they do it against the grain play and you think
check your number.
Yeah, just check your number, because it hurts, man.
There's nothing worse in rugby league than when you think you've won your bet. And it's just like it happened to me last year with Mitch Moses and it was fucking Sean Russell and I could have put my foot through the TV.
Yeah, it's worse than a no try almost. Because
the worst is those two Warriors centres. From behind, they've got the same haircut, the same stature. They look exactly the same.
Yeah, it's so tough. It's the worst way for because you especially when you're like, there's no way this is going to the video ref. Fucking oath. And you're it's Trindle. All right, what do we got next?
Next game is Bulldogs versus the Raiders at a core on Saturday at 5:30. Bulldogs are favourites at $1.55. The Raiders outsiders at $2.45. Lions 4.5. Overs unders 45.5. Weather again set to be dry according to Rando. Even match statistically, Bulldogs have won their last 3 games at a core. Raiders have won 6 of their last 8 at a core. Bulldogs have won 4 of their last 5 coming off a bye, and Raiders have won 5 of their last 6 coming off a bye on the road. These either team 1-12 has hit in each of the last 8 meetings between these two. Try scorers Seb Chris at 2.45. A Raiders left winger has scored in 3 of the last 4 games versus the Bulldogs, and a left winger has scored 9 tries in the last 5 games versus the Bulldogs. Critter scored in 4 of his last 6 and 10 tries in last 9 games versus the Raiders. Raiders ranked first for tries conceded to 5/8 this season.
Can someone tell me why the Bulldogs are so short? How many games have they won in a row? Like they're on a hot streak.
They've won 2 or 3 in a row, I think. Yeah. But, I mean, they've won. They haven't been playing great footy. But the Raiders are dog shit. They've been terrible.
Yes, but who have they beaten? Like, were those big upsets? Like
they beat Parramatta, which was a fucking modern-day miracle. They beat Manly in that. I think they beat Manly in the last few weeks as well.
But Manly also,
Manly falling off a
their
little
bubble
bit.
had burst and they have to make a new bubble.
Yeah, so they beat the Titans 2 weeks ago before the bye. Then they beat Manly the week before, and then the week before that, was they had a bye again. So they've had 3 byes in short
I think
succession.
they beat Parramatta the week before that.
Yeah,
and I
they
get
beat
that the
Para
Raiders aren't
14-12.
going as good as those teams as well, but it's just like the Raiders still have a good team, right? Like they're all still there, provided Huddy and Strangey back up, which I think they will. They're the type of blokes who do. I don't know, like the Bulldogs fans are like the most reactive, or like well, not even the fans, the people online. It's just like, oh my God, this is the worst club in the world. To like, Critter's the best number 6 ever. Like, I'm just saying I don't understand why they're such heavy favourites. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But maybe I'm completely wrong because I haven't watched a Bulldogs game since like Magic Round. Why would I? That's where I schedule in. All right, boys, let's go watch Minions for the 50th time. So what are you guys doing? Because
Can I rattle you with something? Like this game to me it has no feel whatsoever.
No.
I'm not excited about it at all. Can you believe in this week last year this would have been 1 versus 3?
fucking hell, man, how is that possible? How can you fall so badly?
Unbelievable. 1 versus 3 this would have been fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Proper top 4 clash. This would have been like, why isn't this game on Friday night the main time that I can go to the pub and watch? Instead, it's I want to watch anything fucking else now.
Yeah, and a lot of the burner, she's a witch type are going to blame it all on, or say it's easy. It's because the bloody Galvin came, and it's like I don't think that changed Sexton to Galvin. I don't think that makes you a 3 team to whatever you're coming now.
Mate, in a fortnight's time, it'll literally be 1 year since these two were 1 and 2 on the ladder.
Oh my God.
An outright 1 and 2, not equal points, 1 and 2. The 2 best teams in the competition.
Just proves that no one can ever forecast rugby league. And like obviously teams like the Panthers, you're like, okay, sick. Like that's actually like, okay, hard to go against them. But I mean, even though stuff up. But tell me your bet. Tell me the odds first. What is it? The odds first.
$7.84.
Okay, so you're having a relative crack. What are you going then?
What do you reckon I'm going? Who like it's 2 try scorers, 1 from each team. What's your vibe?
Sasangi.
Well done. 1 from 2.
Because you're betting Super Coach. I know. Don't tell me it's Kiraz.
It's not Kiraz.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't do that.
$7. Sasangi would be around 3.
Yep.
So it's probably just someone in the 2s.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is in the 2s?
2s for Canterbury. I love him. He's in my draft team for what it's worth.
Critter?
I bet on him a few times now. Anari Tuala.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've never got that.
Right centre. Absolutely love him. Tuala and Simi Sasangi are $7.84 for me. This game it just gives me nothing. Gives me absolutely nothing.
It gives me nothing, man. It gives me nothing. Totes, odds first, please.
Odds first, 886.
Okay, so you're starting to get into I'm not that confident.
Yeah, I've crept up a little bit compared to, again, my last time on the show. But yeah, 886 for this.
And what are you doing? Tell me your
got
bet style. I want to guess yours. I pretty much got Roos, but I was never getting Tuala, so that counts.
Result
basically.
and 2 try scorers.
1 from each team.
Okay, well, I was speaking pre-game, and I was like, why are the Dogs saying I like the Dogs? And then I said my camera bit, and then I heard him mutter, maybe I will change. So did I convince you to change and you're in the Raiders?
No,
okay.
you convinced me just to go Bulldogs flat. Like
Okay.
I had the Bulldogs 13 plus initially, and then I was kind of like, woo up. I'm just going to go Bulldogs.
Okay, I would have not got that, so tell me the other legs because I won't get them.
I like the Bulldogs because I just see Preston hanging around the reserves, and I'm like, he's a huge in for them if he comes back in. So I've gone the Bulldogs to outright. I've gone Rinakama, just a bit of a vibe thing, and Sasangi. Similar to like when you guys bet on Dewey last week, it's like who from the Raiders is good. Sasangi has been probably their best player this year when he's played. So I'm just going.
Did he look
Sasangi.
like scoring last week? No, but they were against the Dragons. They lost to the Dragons last week. Oh no, they just beat the Dragons.
That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
Was that 2 weeks ago? Yeah, man, this game, I was just trying to crawl my memory bank for like the biggest disappointment. None of you would understand how big DVD players were, right? They cost an arm and a leg at the time, like $500 or something. So you kind of had to bide your time till the family was ready to get one. I mean, they were so big at the time, they made a whole fucking Fast and Furious franchise about robbing the things off the back of a truck. And I'd kind of asked one for my birthday, obviously a bit too expensive for my birthday, but the family also wanted as well. And, Sony, Panasonic, they're the brands that you always trusted back then, even to this day probably. And I went in, I was so excited. Obviously couldn't afford the top of the range one, the budget were there, the family, and I'm like, this one. Thought it was Panasonic, but I need glasses. I have dyslexia and now ADHD apparently. So it didn't take me until I unwrapped the entire thing, set it up, and I saw it was a Palsonic. Don't even know what a Palsonic is. Don't know why they had that at Retrovision. It seemed like a Temu thing before Temu existed. I was furious. And it looks like shit on the loading menu. The control was hard. It looked like it was going to break every 2 seconds. I thought I got a fucking Panasonic. But the disappointment there is basically this game, where it's just looking at this going, we're fucking here. We're here to bet on Supercoach. I'm going, I have no idea what's going on. No one really cares. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to have a crack at the bet. Now, I should have had my bet open. So what I'm seeing, I'm going 279. And there's a world where I fucking triple this, which is crazy for the intro I just gave. But I just gave you, that's how long I looked at this bet going, what can I possibly find? Now, I'm taking my BYO line of under 50.5. Right? If Rando's here with the entity, we could go, how many games have gone over 50 that these guys play in? Not many. Then Raiders plus 8.5. Right? I think the line's plus 5.5. Just give it some extra points. Like, I just don't see the Bulldogs like smashing anyone. And then a 1+ Benny. Strange. Backing up. He's probably going to lose. Who knows? And just be like, what, they should have started me. He probably won't even play. Kiraz and Savage, 1+. 279. I think I've actually found a good bet in amongst the Palsonic shit. What do you guys think?
With the chat you came into this game, I thought we were looking at a $279
Nope.
bet. That is wild, Sebo.
Yep. I will be digging. I'll be digging. This would have motivated Sebo does. And you caught me on my perfect hour of my new meds.
Are you gonna triple it?
I think I will. Like, the thing is, there's no origin there, is there? The thing is the Strange and Huddy. So it's like, I think there has to be a rule. No, there could be like if
I think they have to back up.
They have to back up. Are they even a chance for the 8th Raiders? No.
Well, they mathematically probably are.
Yeah, in their eyes they would be.
Yeah. I'm going to triple the worst game of the league this season. Because that's what you got to do. You got to you don't fucking join the Sebo ship and fucking only triple Mark 2+ each where you can get there. No, you got to look at the shitter games, bit of value there, especially in the unders. Now, if I get proved wrong and the Bulldogs come out and Critter is the world's best 6 that we've seen, I'll admit I'm wrong. I'll fix the ship up, get a new mast up. But right now, we think we found a bit of gold in a temple filled with booby traps and shit. So, yeah, we're going to triple it. We're going to fucking triple it. Yeah.
Well, that was an insane fucking journey. By the way, on the DVD, do you think when they came up with that screen of the DVD video hitting, do you think they had any idea what that actually stumbled on? How iconic that would become?
Yeah, you just don't know at the time, do you? Like,
surely not. Surely it was a throwaway thing. They didn't put that much thought into. Like it hit a corner, it changed color. Like they just wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, they just like it was at the technology where just moving a graphic from one side to the other was huge. It was a breakthrough because beforehand there was no loading screen. It was just the static noise, or even bloody the VHS, the classification. Like, would you steal a car? Would you steal a handbag or whatever that was? I used to be good with a videotape back in the day because you'd always have like 2 or 3 trailers as well.
Yep.
And you'd watch them because you had no internet. You had no way of like seeing trailers, right? Unless you went to the movies or you rented movies. So you'd actually watch the trailers and go, sweet, I'll go take these back. Because if you're from a kid of our generation or older, it's like your week was like you'd go to the Video Easy on the Friday and it'd be $7 for like 5 weeklies or something. And you go, sweet. And how the fuck are you meant to know which ones to rent unless you're watching the trailers on the
those Friday Arvos where you would go there and you'd have a little peek behind the room with the beads covered at the front. The forbidden land.
Ours wasn't beads. It was just so in the back corner with the direct eyesight from the like manager and there was nothing. It was like in a corner. Where it's like everyone knows what you're doing if you're in that corner. I was lucky enough that the wrestling section was actually right next to there.
A wandering eye.
So it's like I could at least go, I'm just looking for WrestleMania 97. I used to know that place on the back of my hand. Or like you'd rush to get there and you're going to rent a 64 game and they've only got one, right? And you're like, where the fuck is it? It's rented out. Like, I've got 5 people coming over this weekend.
I still remember watching dudes walk into the beaded section because the beads would make noise.
Yeah.
They weren't quiet. So you'd see the approach would be like sort of the two-hand grab and it would pull out and then enter and then close behind you because it wouldn't draw attention. It was good times.
Oh, it was good times. Fuck, you'd hang out there for a couple of hours on Friday.
We were having a conversation on You Wouldn't this morning saying that, like, we were of the opinion, Testy Pop, that we were born in, like, one of the better times in the late 90s because we still got to see pre-technology for the most part, but then we've also grown up being young people as technology's really taken off.
Yeah, but I would
that
say...
would extend,
no,
just
you
before I
guys...
finish, that would extend, I would say, almost out to you guys.
No, you guys get the tail end of it rather than extending to us. We had the best because you talk about technology. It's like we had social media was like year 11 and 12. Mm-hmm. So it's like that's when you actually are starting to try like socialize with other people. But then your entire childhood, there's no technology. So the imagination, riding bikes around, doing this, like calling your home landlines and thingy there, rocking up to people's houses and just knocking on their door, just hoping they're home. Like riding your bike for 20 minutes and just going, hey, is Streety home? No, he's not. Okay, sweet. I guess I'll just ride back this way. And you're never in a rush because there's not notifications. I know notifications is more now, but like pure no tech in your life, then tech being the transfer at your kind of 16 to 20-year-old and then being full tech in your kind of like I've just come up to adulthood, it's the best one, right? You could say born in 1999, you have no reference of the millennium, the turn of millennium, Y2K. You have the 90s was peak in so many genres when it comes to action, when it comes to blockbusters, wrestling even, sitting around a VHS recording Rage and video clips to that, trying to figure that out yourself without a freaking thing, like so many things were new. So I agree that you got a bit of it. But you guys are extended out from us. That's all I'm saying.
The turning point for me of, generations that got it and didn't is when you tell a story that involves, from your childhood, that involves the Olympics. And if they say which Olympics, you missed it.
Yeah.
You fucking missed it. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
What year were you born?
99.
Yes, you wouldn't remember the Olympics.
No.
Then you also don't get the 2007 to 2008 Australian indie electro scene. You also don't get the cross, not at its peak, probably it's stepped down from the peak. I was too young for the peak where there's, upstairs smoky blackjack dens and shit. So you don't get the proper cross. You don't get going out without a mobile phone, and it just kind of made people a bit more freer and looser, and also the fact that you had to learn how to converse because the amount of times you got fucking lost from your mates and not even at a festival. Sometimes in the cross you can't even call anyone.
Yep.
And you just be walking down the street and you just have end up having a 2-hour conversation with some random over a dart, which you paid $10 for the whole pack. They outlawed this thing called a press somewhere as well. You don't live until you know what I'm talking about. So yeah. Yeah, I believe if I had to put it to the year, I was 89. I'm not going to say it's the best. I would probably say 86 or 7 was the peak, and it slowly goes down from there. Because then you would have been at Big Day Out when the lineup was Blink-182, it was Chili Peppers, it was Foo Fighters, it was Silverchair. This is just one day, right? Like everyone's there. Now your generation's paying $500 to see a 50-year-old Blink-182 out in Homebush, pretending you grew up with them.
That's the Bulldogs and the Raiders.
I am sorry. And there's going to be a lot of hate here, I get it. Read out the games. We've got timestamps, all right? I'll put Dribble timestamps in so you can fucking just skip past it, okay? Don't blame me.
Skeleton crew.
Yeah.
All right, should we go to the next game?
Yeah, why not?
Nah.
Saturday at 7:30, we've got the Roosters and the Eels at Allianz. The Roosters are favourites at $1.20. Eels outsiders at $4.60. The line is 13.5, overs, unders 48.5, and the weather is dry. Eels have lost 5 of their last 6 on the road. Roosters are 5-1 at Allianz this season. That's 5 wins, 1 loss. Roosters haven't lost the Eels at Allianz since 2008, winning their last 7 meetings at the venue by 8+ points. In saying that, the Eels have covered 13.5 line in 4 of their last 5 games this season. For try scorers, Josh Adokar at $2.30 scored a double in 4 consecutive games versus the Roosters. A left winger has scored in 3 of the last 5 games versus the Roosters. And and Josh Adokar hasn't scored in 6 straight games. Surely he's due. Isaiah Ayongi at $3.50 scored in 4 of his last 5 versus top 8 teams, and the Roosters rank second for tries conceded to fullbacks.
Love the Josh Adokar stats. He gets the match up against Marky Mark, as good as he is defensively. You can definitely get points down there. So I'm taking Fox to break his drought. Daniel Tupu plays this game 300 this weekend. Tell me he's not scoring a meat pie. One of the greatest try scorers we've ever seen. Putting those two wingers together, I think they're both in the top 10 try scorers ever. You give me those two, they're at $3.58 together. I think that's a steal in this one.
Yeah, look, I've got tubes as well. The thing about Joshy Carr, I feel I've inadvertently kind of put the coins on the eyes on a little wooden kind of boat and pushed him out to the freaking lake and lit his, like in terms of me betting on him. Like I haven't thought about it, but I just don't include him anymore. But he's still just as quick, but maybe it's just the Eels. But I think I'm done. Not because I've bet on him and lost, but I just don't know if he's a guy. I'm trying to help Brew out here. I'm trying to fucking breadcrumb him into Joshy Carr scoring because it'd be good to tighten the leaderboard up. Anyway, my bet. The Roosters I like. Now, there's obviously a lot of backups, Origin this, Origin that. I actually don't mind for this bet specifically if Sam Walker stays out because, correct me if I'm wrong, but when Savvy B, Hugo Savala, was playing in the halves last year or early this year, whenever it was, his cross-field bomb is so fucking accurate. Like I remember just...
Got a good boot, yeah.
Like it's just... Because I was on Mark for 2+ last week and Cherry, love you, but he was kicking him like 10 metres shorter and a metre over the sideline. Mark was having a little bicycle kick just to get it back in field. So I'm hoping Walker stays out. And then I've got Marky Mark and Toops 3+, Binny, and Roosters. I'm kind of bringing in that line a little bit because as we discussed, Para, like I'm not believing the 13+ line. I'm taking it to 9.5. 325. Yeah, this is just like I've seen Savvy B's boot and I remember just thinking, fuck, that's good for the aerial guys. And we've got 2 of them.
So hypothetical in this game, if Mark doesn't play, do you just get to change that to another Binny with Toops and someone else? Or you get to change it altogether?
If someone isn't playing, you get to change it.
Yeah, okay.
Like, yeah, you get to change it.
You're going to have to pay attention this weekend, my friend.
Mate, I basically live in a terrace house all weekend. Millie's gone away back-to-back weekends. I've been alone with the kids. I go to the gym in the morning, drop them in the creche. Even if I don't feel like working out, I book the creche out for 2 hours, the max I can get with them. I'm like, please, I'll just go to lie on the grass. And so I got time. Now, Minions are monsters. That could throw a curveball in. But I'll Sunday, I think they all back up if they're not injured anyway. But, yeah, look, I'm flirting with danger here. It feels more fun. It fills you with life. As I said, if you haven't got what the action is, the juice, what it means by now, I can't help you. So, yeah, Totes, what are you doing?
I don't love my bet here, but I'm going to stick with it anyway. I don't want to make predictions about how Origin's going to go tonight, but I'm staying clear of all New South Wales players this weekend for the most part. I'm going with Robbie Toya, and I've always loved Brian Kelly. I don't watch a lot of the Eels. I never watched the Titans when he was at the Titans, and I never watched Manly when he was at Manly. But every time I seem to watch Brian Kelly, he just gets it done. So I'm going to go Toya into Kelly at 560.
Oh, I like that. I like a Toya, and I like because they don't score heaps, but they do score enough, and they always get value from. We used to get value from the Titans. Even Kelly used to always be like high twos. So how much is that?
560.
560. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't mind it, Totes. I don't mind it. Yeah. Next game, please, sir.
Next game. The next game, Sunday at 2 p.m, the Rabbitohs versus the Knights at a course stadium. The Rabbitohs are outsiders at $2. The Knights are at $1.82. Line is 1.5. Overs, unders 48.5. And the weather is dry. Rabbitohs have won their last 5 games at a core. However, they've lost 4 consecutive games versus the Knights. They've lost their last 4 games as underdogs by 12+ points. And the Knights have won their last 5 games as favourites. For try scorers, Dane Jennings at $2.10. A Rabbitohs right winger has scored 4 in the last 4 games, and a right winger has scored in 4 consecutive games versus the Knights. Dylan Lucas at $2.50 scored in 4 consecutive games, 3 consecutive at a core, and 3 tries in his last 3 versus the Bunnies.
Totes, do you want to take the new ball here?
Yeah, I'll
What are you
take the
doing?
new ball here. Let me just switch tabs. Guru talked me into this. I was thinking about this morning. This is probably the bet I'm most confident about this weekend, that this game is just going to be an absolute stinker. Sunday Arvo, 2 o'clock. Rando's saying dry. I don't believe him. I think it's going to be just, a bit of an old-fashioned poo slinger.
A poo slinger?
I just think it will be, dude.
With the Knights?
Yep.
Last time the Bunnies versus the Knights, it was like 80 points scored.
I know. I'm going against what's happened in the past. I watched them against the Tigers a couple of weeks ago and they sucked. Yeah. I'm just not buying into the Knights. Like, even Roo, hearing you say they're a good defensive team this morning, I'm like, fair, you probably watch them closer than I do. But just vibe-wise, I'm not... I love the Knights, but I'm not on board with the hype. I just think this is going to be a bit of a slinger. I don't want to pick a result. I'm going unders. I'm abusing my power of being a lippy on Mike. I'm tripling it at $1.90.
Can you 48.5?
Yeah, put 48.5 in there because people will be watching it eagle eye. Look, I don't mind the play of unders for the Jai birthday because last time, what was it for Jai a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where they ran out for him and they fucking dug in hard.
Yeah, they wore the white jerseys. Yeah,
against the Broncos.
Brisbane.
But I'm not going to do. I'm going to let Roo go.
I love Newcastle in this game. $1.95. I got them yesterday at that. I think they're into about $1.85 now. With Cody Walker out, optics aren't great there. They've moved Tallis Duncan out to the centres once again. One thing about Newcastle is they might not be the greatest team in the comp, but they hang in every single contest, and South Sydney just fucking refuse to play 80 minutes of football. So I really like Newcastle. I think that if Queensland win Origin, for example, like, it's on fucking Sunday. KP can go nuts until Friday and return and still play in this game. So I think he will back up. I think Dill Lucas still got something to prove. I'm all in on Newcastle in this game. I think they're going to spoil the party out there. They're $1.95. I'm going to triple that, boys.
$1.95 for the clean win.
Yeah. I think Newcastle will be too good for them.
I mean, I did see him. Is that mostly Origin, or is it maybe the Jai factor that they're kind of?
I think it's a bit of Jai factor, but mate, you take Cody Walker out, that's fucking enormous. It's huge.
Yeah. Look, it sucks being a Rabbitohs fan. It's been nearly half a decade where you can't even watch your team because they're injured. Now this year hasn't been as bad, but when you lose Latrell, doesn't even play, sucks. Oh, okay, sure. He hit Joey Manu in the head 5 years ago. I hate him. Okay, sure. You take Trell out, and if you're familiar with not the show Friday Night Lights, but the OG movie, Booby Miles, he was their star guy, and he does something to his knee, and they're like, okay, we're fucked. This year's kind of been like, okay, how fucked are we? But when you take Cody out as well, that the best attack and left edge all of a sudden is we don't have Cody, we don't have Trell, we don't have AJ. I don't like our chances, but I do like the Jai, just get the boys up. So this is the first one where I'm taking big odds. I'm taking Dill Lucas because he just scores a carbon copy try every week where it's a 25-metre out line break, and once it gets through, it's impossible to stop. I'm taking our new guy, DJ, who I've forgot the name of until I just shortened it.
Dane Jennings.
Okay, on Roo's podcast, I had to ask 50 times.
You called him something else last night too. I can't remember what it was. It was Wayne Jennings, potentially. It was very good.
I love him. Now, name always comes last in my memory of stuff, but he looks great, and he's a bit of fun bet, take him. And then I've forgotten else who I've taken. Fafita. Fuck it. Like, it's $11 something. Like, he only played a few minutes last week, like 40. I don't know, but like he does look good. Like, he can score if he gets close. I don't know in this game, and I've been beaten down as a Rabbitohs fan, and I'm more with Roo than Cody, where I think the Knights, who were last year's wooden spooners, who go, fuck, we're playing all right footy. Maybe Origin's going to derail us. What's going on? Lucas, you're getting dropped this. Ponga. I think they can just put that all to bed after this week and just go, let's fucking just not be wooden spooners and come like third, and they're going to start fucking people up.
In Rando's stats there, does he make any suggestion of who he thinks is going to play left wing? Does he think it'll be Dane Jennings? So there was something in there.
Well, in the Dane Jennings stats, he says a Rabbitohs right winger has scored 4 in the last 4.
Dane will play right and Campbell Graham. Yeah, okay.
Campbell's on the left, is he? You reckon?
I don't know. I don't know if that's what they'll do.
In the team list is right, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know how much that matters in the team list, though. I don't.
But their right's been okay, and it's probably easier to, like, the left they won't just been going down there as much.
Has Graham ever played on the left?
He has.
I think a couple of
but
games.
Not a heap, yeah. I don't know. It's a big ask to move Dane. Like if he's played on the right wing so far to move him to the other side, I don't fucking know. But what I was going to say is whoever's on the left or outside Tallis Duncan, so he probably won't get any football is the other concern.
Tallis is on the left.
Is he on the left?
He's marked
Jack
up as the
Whiten's
right.
back, so I assume Jack White will be on the right like he always is.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they could play any of those four on either side, but I would assume that's why I reckon you would leave maybe Jack Whiten and Campbell Graham on the right because they spent all preseason there together.
Yeah. Oh fuck! It's just so annoying how injured. Like it's just so annoying.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. What can you bloody do? Nothing, and move on to the next game.
The next game is the Sea Eagles and the Cowboys, Sunday, 4 p.m. at 4 Pines Park. The Sea Eagles are favourites at $1.55. The Cowboys are outsiders at $2.45. The line is 5.5. Overs, unders, 48.5. The weather is dry. Sea Eagles are 5-0 at 4 Pines since Foran took over. They've won their last 4 against the Cowboys. However, they have lost 6 of their last 8 Sunday Arvo games. Cowboys have the best win percentage of a visiting team at 4 Pines, 56%, winning 5 of their last 7. Try scorers, Jason Saab at 210, 7 in his last 7 games, 6 in his last 4 against the Cowboys, and a right winger has scored 6 in the last 7 against the Cowboys. Burbo is at 370, scored in his last 2 home games and 3 straight against the Cowboys. And for a bit more value, Helam Lukey at 390, 4 in his last 5 Sunday games. And Manly ranks second for tries conceded to right second rowers, letting in 4 in the last 6 games.
Is the NRL calling this the official Cody round? Coach of the Year clash? Because I think
stupid of me.
I don't get that.
Well, like I think on this show, when Fosball was at its peak, I said you're going to see a the relief of swapping coaches and having one of the boys in there who you respect. It's going to last more than a few games, and then you're going to take a backward step. And a backward step isn't just losing one game. It's just a blip on the radar. Maybe the prep wasn't there or whatever. You lose they played crap 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
in a row?
Been average last month. Yeah.
So I think this is okay, let's see if Fosball can be resurrected in its kind of fix of getting a new coach, all that sort of stuff. Like, let's build the actual Fosball out that's not relying on emotion and relief. Then you got Toddy Pates, who's like, okay, they were out there with their pitchforks and fucking setting a pyre on fire and about to burn me up there, feed me to a crock. But now it's like, no, I've got the boys back on track as well. I think this is a huge clash in that respect. So I don't know who's going to win, man. I really don't. So Totes, we'll go to you.
All right, I'll start us off. Yeah, obviously Manly not been in great form the last month. I think they probably still get it done, but only just. I've taken the Cowboys with a 5.5 start. I like Tal Lungy. I picked him up in my draft team this week. And
Huge.
Not from the waiver. I did a trade.
Nice.
And
Which trade for?
Val.
Huh. You've abandoned us.
Yes. I bit sideways, but I had to cover missing.
Fair.
You know what I mean? And then Saab. I don't know. He just made a couple of good tackles last week. It just kind of felt like a bit of a vibe thing. That's $7.07.
$2.10 for Saab is pretty wild.
Yeah, at home too.
Yeah.
I mean, this is looking at the table. It's like they're on the same points right now. And this could be, I know Manly had hopes of top 4 at peak Fosball, but realistically, I think it's Penrith, what it is now, essentially. Like between the top 5 teams, right? Newcastle, Dolphins, Roosters, Warriors and Penrith.
Yeah, Manly won't be there.
So Manly won't be in the top 4. I think Sharks will sneak in, so that leaves 2 spots open, right? Bunnies, who knows? But Cows and Manly, this could have huge ramifications. Roo, what are you doing?
I think to your point, South Sydney have had all their buys. Cowboys have still got one to come. So if they win this game, I think South will lose to Newcastle. I think this will just about knock South Sydney out of the 8 personally this week. This game, I have got try scorers score tries, Kohler and Murray Taulagi. You're getting them as $4, $3.78. I think we'll get a few points in this one, personally.
Kind of hurts it. Yeah, it does make sense that these two make the 8 and South don't. Haven't really done that math till just then. Thought we're going okay. I've just done a classic little bit. I've stood out Hamole. He's going to probably play, 20 minutes in Origin, 30 minutes?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
Maybe at most, unless there's a huge injury.
He'll back up in this game, and it's an important one for them. Yeah.
And I think it's like the key to Fosball, just like remotivating the boys, is like we've got the fucking best second row in the comp, so let's just figure out a way to use him. Lehigh with Turbo in the playing, it's basically Lehigh's guaranteed a try. I've stood them out. Then I've just gone a 2+ Binny where I put in Murray, Cooler and Turbo himself for 660, 688. Don't mind it. Will be an interesting watch. Next game, Totes.
The next game is the final game of the round. The Storm and the Titans at Amy Park, 6:15 on Sunday. I hate this time slot.
It's the worst.
It's the worst one.
Who watches it? Who's
dreadful.
watching? Who's watching footy at 6 o'clock on a
Try
Sunday?
fucking having bath in twin toddlers like this is their bath time, and you're like,
Yeah,
you can't even listen to it on the radio.
it's family time for everyone.
Really worries me what PVL said yesterday about how Monday Night Football won't be a thing. I think it just about locks in a Sunday 6:15. I think.
What with that extra game?
Yeah. Well, where else are they going to play it? Are you going to play at middays? You're going to play at 11:30 Saturday?
Could you play at 1 p.m.? I would prefer a 1 p.m. Saturday.
Yeah, but then they'll at 1 p.m. Then the
1357 essentially on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'd even take a midday Sunday, dude. Like,
Yeah. I prefer go earlier than later
Yeah.
on a Sunday, every day of the week. Like, it's either you got kids.
so would I, but I don't think they'll do that.
why?
Why?
Surely no
is
one's
that the
watching
clubs
it.
or is that?
It'd be all about telecasts, like, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
but telecast would be Monday night. You'd get the most views on Monday night at like 7 p.m. rather than a Sunday at 6.
Yeah, but then you've got to contend with short turnarounds and the RFPA and all that.
Oh, we've got fucking Claude these days. Surely you can figure it out. Like, I get back in the day, it was 2-3 fucking ex-leaguers who couldn't get a job in admin or anywhere else, and they just were fucking given things to try figure. I get that, but like we've got Claude. Have they used it yet? Fuck.
Anyway, Storm are favourites at $1.35. Titans outsiders at $3.20. Line 9.5 overs unders 48.5. 40% chance of 1 to 5 mils of rain. Titans haven't won at Amy Park since 2014, losing their last 5 games at the venue by 13 plus. Storm have won their last 8 coming off a bye. Storm have won their last 9 Sunday games at home by 8 or more. And Storm have won their last 5 games as favourite, with 4 of them being by 14 plus. So Storm obviously starts favouring them heavily. Try scorers, Phil Sami at 235, scored in 6 consecutive, 3 in his last 2 versus the Storm, and a left winger has scored 8 in the last 9 versus the Storm. And Arama Howe at 425, scored in 2 of his last 3, and Storm ranked first for tries conceded to right second rowers, conceding 13 in their last 15.
Did Howe play 80 minutes last time we all bet on him? I swear every time we bet on him, he
got hooked after 20 minutes.
Yeah, you can't do it, can you? Like,
he's a great attacking player, but he's a error and miss tackle machine, Arama, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the one that's annoyed me in this game, boys. Like, if you're on a 6-man bench, you should be in the betting market as far as I'm concerned. And our man, Oren Keeley, he's down there at Melbourne. I reckon there's every chance he starts on an edge in this game. He's not on there. He's scored 3 tries in his last 4 games in Q Cup. Going down there to Melbourne, an opportunity, something to prove. I would love to get on Oren Keeley at $4 or $5 here. And if he does come into this side, if he's over 350, I'd be having a serious sniff at him.
You need to set up Claude to they've got it like what's it called, high algorithmic trading on the stock market. We're constantly turning over shares and currency and making. You kind of need to set up something that just like as soon as Keeley's put into the betting market, it just
Because I'd be all for if you're allowed to bet on these guys on the 6-man bench. If they don't, like, if you bet on them, they don't get in the field.
Yeah, they'd have to pop
That's
up
on
like
you.
a waiver, a second waiver. Like this person might not play, and you
Yes.
don't get refunded. That's why their value is high.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But if if you're betting on Oren Keeley, you know that.
Yeah,
That's
know
why
that's-
you're betting on Oren Keeley.
But you can tell people a lot of things that they should know, and they still don't.
Yes.
get.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the older you get, the more you realise that there's no changing some people. And the mob, can be very loud individually or as a group.
So even though he's on the 6-man, you can't bet on him.
He's not in there. No.
I think you can sometimes close to the game because I had that bet with that included Jai and he never got on the field.
Yeah, but you bet that earlier in the week when he was named at
Yeah,
fullback,
so
though.
once you get like,
wasn't-
because
yeah,
then
he
he got
swapped,
got
yes.
ya. Look, I'm going the most boring bet here. Hughes back, Brick 2+. He seemed to score him in doubles a fair bit. And then far longer. Yeah, it's boring. It's classic. 627. Yeah. Did you go, Totes?
I haven't gone.
Yep.
Yeah, look,
Even like Jai Gray's out of the team this week. He's on the 6-man bench. You can't bet on him as well, which shits me.
It would just be a nightmare on their behalf a few times. Like if you had the waiver and you pressed OK, but then people would be like, whoever reads the T's. And so it's like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Just sorry, guys.
We love you, Neds.
Maybe if you set up your account, so therefore you have to proactively read those rules in like it's like a turn on, turn off safety feature. Like you can't accidentally turn it on or press OK. Like maybe that's enough to people to take responsibility for their own actions. I don't know. Probably not.
You have to prove you watch like 6 games of rugby league a weekend or
Do
something.
you take a quiz? Like, do you understand how a 6-man bench works? I put him in my mouth and you didn't buy. We just did a 20 questionnaire. Fuck's sake. Cody?
Yeah, look, it looks like we've all kind of gone a similar vibe here. Bit of a set your watch bet. Storm -9.5, Sewer Hughes 627. Not much to say about that.
Yeah, I'm very similar. I got Sewer and Hughes at 466 for this one.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Sue's he's going well. He's going well. If you watch the Beers and Break Evens pod, we also want Philip Sammy to score a hat trick.
Every week.
That is the bets. Now we have our unit scoopers. We'll start off with Rue.
I have got the Wars -3.5, little BYO there with Chance to score on the left wing. I've got Roosters with a BYO -5.5 with Daniel Tupu to score. Just the Knights head-to-head. And then I've got the Melbourne Storm a BYO of -5.5. You're getting $11.90 there, 4 results and 2 try scorers. I'm pretty confident on this week.
Don't mind that. I have got a bunch of binnies and a few other little things. I'm basically the Wars. I got Pompey, Carney P, and Chanzi for 2+ between those 3. I love the 2+ 3-person binny. I'm standing out Herbie. Why? Because he's not going to be a super coach captain or vice captain in my team. So, and that means he'll score. Then I'm taking that kind of BYO line of 50.5 in the Dogs Raiders. We don't need to address that again. Then I had Toops and Marky Mark for 3+. My multi, I'm dialing it back for the scoop. I'm just going 2+. Please, Savvy B, stay on the field. Put those bombs up. Then the Manly game, 2+ Binny, 3-person feature again. I fucking love it. Lehigh, Turbo. Does he look like scoring?
No, he does not look like scoring.
Okay, well, let's just hope
It's been 2 weeks in a row for me. He does not look like scoring.
Yeah, because like I'm kind of like turning off and on
3 weeks in a row.
in between fucking Blippy, and like he doesn't look like I don't know. Anyway, I'm keeping him now. And Murray, those 3. Then just 2+ between Farlongo and Warbrick, and that's actually 23-24. Don't mind it, Totes.
I've gone just a few try scorers. I've gone C&K against the Tigers, Jethro against the Raiders. Gone back on my word. I want Toops in his 300th in my unit scooper. Knights, Souths, unders, and Sewer on Sunday at 6 p.m. That gets you $20.50.
Say it again.
C&K.
Yep, just outright.
Yep. Try scorer. Rinakama, Tupu, Newcastle, Souths, unders, and Farlongo.
I don't mind that, except Rinakama seems wild, but maybe that's what you need. Good stuff. All right, well, that's us. Thanks to Neds. Thanks for tuning into Skeleton Crew 3. And we'll see how this all shakes out, man. This comes out tomorrow. Origin's already done. So you could be watching this going, oh my God, Seba, you're coming last. Or Rue, you're first now. Who knows? Shout out to Totes, Lippy Dribbler. If he doesn't get at least some sort of bet here, he won't be on again. And we'll see you next week with the full crew back in town, locking in for the last leg of this season, which I got to say has been my funnest betting season to date in the half decade this thing's been around. So I said thank you to Neds, but just in case I didn't, thank you again, Neds. We love you. And
Go the Blues.
Let's go, Philip Sammy. Check out Bruce podcast. Bye.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website